Oh my, okay. I went to the mailbox with Chance. And it's been just a little while, not very long. But, oh, there it is. Attention, Chance. I assume it doesn't work. I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. I do know this. This is sad, and I gotta say so. If I don't find it, my little Gerber, really Japanese Gerber that was so polished and so beautiful and everything else that we got one day, you bought it or something, and I ended up with the little polished Japanese Gerber, okay, in a set. Well, right now, I don't know where it is. So got to find it, because otherwise I have to go sit in the corner and cry or pout or something.
That wasn't the thievery one out of the bag, was it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh, no. I took it to Hawaii with me this time.
All right. Okay.
Okay, so we have, oh, he sent everything back.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
they all didn't work.
He, she, or it, or shit. I don't know how it is. Oh, they're slick.
Fame.
All right, so there. Oh my, must have been somebody that's a little ticked off. Okay, so we get the poker chip, and that would be in there, okay? And it doesn't work. My gosh, that is slick. Oh wait, I don't know if it doesn't work. Hang on, I'm jumping to conclusions. I was gonna say, because there's no marks on it. So beautiful.
What's associated with the package?
Okay, so let's see. Little font, don't waste ink. Okay. Email on Monday, April the 17th, 2023 at 10:02 p.m.
Don't give any personals.
I won't. Okay. Hi, folks. Okay, I request a full refund.
Oh, they want all the money.
And return label for your knife sharpener that I purchased a week ago. I tried your sharpener on several knives. Your sharpener didn't sharpen any of them. First of all, my sharpener doesn't do anything ever.
First of all, that's their sharpener. Your sharpener's in your pocket, but we'll play with theirs for now.
I want my money back. Please credit my credit card with $52.47. Okay, and that would be for the Sharp and Spark Mini and the poker chip and the postage and all that stuff. Okay.
Oh,
Chance
Brad.
might have a different idea, but I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't give you a penny.
Hey, listen, I run a good business, but I get you.
I know, but come here.
I'm coming.
Do the half. Okay, the really close up. Tell me if there's even a scratch, a mark, a coloration difference, anything on that sharpener. Now we go to the other side. Is there anything? Now, I can tell you right now that possibly, maybe, the person ran it through the V. There's a little bit way down deep. I see 1, 2, possibly 3. Okay, on every knife. This side, hang on. Possibly, right down there, a scratch. If you tried this on every knife you have, didn't sharpen any of them, bullshit.
Unscrew her, Brad.
Okay?
That's the only thing you can't do to a girl, right? All right.
No, you cannot unscrew a girl. All right.
Oh.
So, not a mark. This is what a mark would look like. See the silver color? This is what the second touch would be. Okay? That also leaves a mark on the carbide. All right?
Let's go see if it works.
Couldn't possibly have used it on 1/10 of 1% of one knife. Okay, if you have to look really hard, I'm sorry, folks, but man, when somebody calls BS on me and I can see the absolute proof that they are nothing but BS, I'm just going to say it like it is. So let's go sharpen something. we'll come back for this. All right. Okay.
I got an idea.
All right.
Here.
This is from print. No. Yeah. All right.
Oh no, let's see. You got something in here.
Yeah. All right. Let's put a rock there. Put
There we
that
go.
there. That there. All right. This.
Dull that and sharpen.
Dull this. Okay. First of all, let's see. And I'm going to try. I've been really hastily sharpening things, and they don't turn out like I want them to. But in the essence of time, you know, I kind of say, you know, that's a lot sharper. And a lot of times it is sharper, but it's not actually sharp. So let's work a little bit more to make something actually sharp. So let's see first. Okay, that's not too bad for an EDC cheap knife. A little bit thick. All right, so let's do this. Let's do this.
Oh.
All right, see all the coloration and scratching and everything? So now let's scratch it right in here.
Careful.
I tell people if you cut your finger off, it's only half. So let's see. I'm having fun. I just got back from Hawaii. Actually, I just got back this morning at 6 o'clock. Oh, I love it. Now, people say he didn't even try. So let's try. Now, I even get people say it slices perfectly. Didn't even try, they'll tell me. I think some people just try to piss me off. Anyway, first of all, I tell people, if I'm going to sharpen a knife, I'm going to reprofile the blade because listen to this for a second. If the knife is 2, 3, 4 thousandths of an inch thick on the apex, which is the furthest point up, which is the actually cutting edge, let's say it's 3 thousandths, does it not make sense that you have to bring each side in 1.5 thousandths, at least, I would say 2, to get back to where the apex of the blade is the sharpest point up? Now, you can do that with a whetstone or something else. It's going to take a while. I can do it pretty easy. Chance, which side do you want me to use? The side that's fastest, easiest, or the open face? Thank you. I'm going to use the open face.
Hold on one sec, Brad.
All right.
First of all, I want you to use the sharpener that was sent back to us.
Oh, my. Huh? Oh, good Lord.
Yes.
All right. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
All right. I get a little tiffed.
I know.
All right. But
You have so much on your mind.
so much on my mind. It's a tiny little mind. It's just a tiny little mind. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to scratch it. Okay. This thing has no scratches. No scratches. Was never used. Drew it through the V-notch. I'm thinking probably just 3 passes, and actually thought that's going to sharpen my knife. So either children that don't understand, retarded people, and I was picking on them, that don't understand, or an old person who doesn't understand. It takes a little while to sharpen a blade. Okay, especially if it's really hard material, thick, and really dull. Been a long time since it's been sharpened. Okay, those are the three criteria that you actually have to pay attention to when somebody says, how long is it going to take to sharpen my knife? Well, I don't know exactly how dull it is. I don't know how hard the steel is, and I don't know how thick you have either sharpened it or allowed it to get in the process of getting dull. Sound reasonable? So deductive reasoning, common sense, intelligence, experience, things like that have to come into play. All right, so let's pretend the V doesn't exist. Let's use the part that this person, he or she, didn't use. Okay, open face corner sticking out there, it's a 90-degree corner. On the other side is a 90-degree corner, and guess what? On the back of your knife, you have a flat, and 2, one there and one there, 90-degree corners. Not made out of the same hardness, but actually fairly sharp ground, because if you grind this side, that side, and this side, you end up with two very sharp 90-degree corners. So here we go, and I'm gonna hurry, but I'm not gonna use the V-notch. I'm going to cut, scrape, almost like I'm grinding, milling metal off the blade at approximately 15-degree angle. Okay, I'm gonna hold still. That's way down there. Okay, and I'm doing this. I turn it this way, like that. I'll turn it straight, 90 degrees. So now this is actually 90 degrees to the blade. This is roughly 45 degrees front. This is roughly 45 degrees back. I alternate from this, this, and this to do what I call, you have to break up the cut pattern so you don't end up with a pattern that gets worse, okay? Because these are notorious for making a chatter on the blade, and I'm perfectly okay with that. If the chatter doesn't get too bad and the knife is really sharp and it cuts, okay, don't tell your mom I said this. I don't give a rat's ass what the blade looks like. I just want the knife to cut. It's an EDC, boxes, paper, string, tape, leather, sticks, zip ties, you name it. I take my pocket knife out. I just want the pocket knife to cut what I'm trying to cut. That's all I really actually care about. So let's get to work. This is soft metal. So we just do this. I'm pressing maybe 4 or 5 ounces of pressure. I'm laying it down pretty flat, so I'm making a long sweeping angle down around probably 10 degrees, which is what I used to always say, because personally, I like a 10-degree bevel. A lot of people, they freak out. No, I want 20, 25 degrees. Why? If you're not going to pound it through something, okay, barbed wire or something like that, why do you want it 20 degrees? That's 40 degrees inclusive. You realize that 20 and 20, 40 degrees, 45 degrees, I don't personally believe your knife is ever going to really actually cut or slice again at 45 degrees. 22 and a half, and they'll say 22 and a half. You're honest to God going to try to find a half a degree? They're repeating what I call ridiculous. Okay? Oh, I sharpen mine at 22 and a half. No, you don't. Even with a landscape, and you see 22 and a half of 1 degree, there's more flex in the rod that you've clamped on than you have the stone. The stone is on a rod here, and a half a degree, I would bet almost anything. You cannot measure a half a degree with a landscape. It's not possible. It's going to flex, so I don't believe in that stuff. So we just do this. Part of what I believe in getting it done, using the knife, creating an edge wherever I am, however I have to get the job done in accordance to what I want to do, at the time I want to do it, in the way I want to do it. And if I can sharpen my knife on a railroad iron, that's what I'm going to do. So let's just do this, run along. I don't believe in, people say, well, you have to sharpen it the correct way. There's no such thing as the correct way. Is there a correct way to breathe? Deep breaths, shallow breaths, quick breaths, through your nose, through your mouth, the length of time. No, it all has to do with the person doing the work, breathing. All right, so let's see. I can still see the cutting edge here. A little there. There. I am putting a lot of pressure on it because I actually want to cut the blade and not take 20 minutes to do it. Really light, kind of sissy-like. Now, watch this. See how light I touch? I'm going to slide. You know why it jerks and grabs and sticks? With no more pressure than I'm putting on it. That incredibly sharp, hard tungsten carbides, 6 to 10 times harder than that blade is actually biting the blade, catching the metal, sticking, and then I'm making it move forwards. And that's why it jerks and grabs and sticks. Now, I lighten up on it and I move it slow. So now, oops, I don't hang on to these very tight because I'm not pressing very hard. So just like this, like that, come right on out. Now, notice I'm hanging on to it up here, not back here, where it's just not gonna work right. It doesn't work right. I don't put my finger up here. I don't push it like that. I come right up here, my middle finger's in that little bit of a round hole. My thumb is in the round hole, about halfway, my fingernail, about halfway between the V-notch and this plastic where the end of the sharp edge here is. That way, when I push up on it, I can actually control. Now, I may even move up here and I touch it really light. God. Okay, I gotta stop dropping it because I touch it so light. People say you push, oh, it just tears the blade off. No, it doesn't. And I will go along just like this, and I'm trying to hold it in goofy ways so I drop it. But if I'm just here and I'm doing this, this is how I actually sharpen. Just like this, just like that. Now, Chance, come in here and see if you can see the glitter on the side of the blade. Do you see little sparklies? Almost like diamond facets. Those are tiny, 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 I mean tiny particles of metal from maybe doing this much pressure. All right, let's see. So let's do this. Now I'm just gonna flip the blade. I might do this 30, 40 times. So what am I doing now? I'm getting lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter with the touch. I'm polishing the blade. Now I'm polishing the blade. I get people say, well, that's all you did all along. And it's like, no, what about when I was pressing on it harder and I was literally cutting metal off the blade like you would in a machine shop with a mill or a lathe. All right, and then I actually stopped for a second. Oh my God, I really dulled that knife with that rock. Oh, I didn't realize that. So let's do this. Put a little more pressure on it. Might make me sorry I didn't jump in the V and just cut a new edge on it, which is what I would have done if I had to dull that knife out in the field using it. I would put it in the V. I would cut off 2 or 3 thousandths of an inch on each side quickly, and I'd put an edge on it. So let's see, and that's really soft metal. So why do I bring up soft metal? Soft metal tears, it doesn't cut. Anybody out there that really does sharpen knives and they know a little bit about the hardness of steel, it's easier to cut metal that's hard than it is soft metal, because soft metal, imagine trying to put a sharp edge on a candle. Okay, why do I bring up a candle? Because a candle is soft. So if you have super soft material that you're trying to put an edge on, it's not going to work well. All right, so yes, I went a little overboard when I said a candle, but you do understand what it means. Okay, that's not too bad. Let's work on it just a little bit more. So for an EDC everyday carry, I don't want my knives horribly sharp. I say this all the time because if they'll just literally slick the hair right off your arm, that means that they're really super thin at the apex. The apex is the cutting edge up here. If you have super thin, which means sharp, you don't have tough. If you don't have tough, you go out, and if you didn't take your sharpener with you that day, but you got a whole bunch of nylon and zip ties, and maybe you're gonna carve some wood, some tent stakes, maybe you're gonna cut some canvas, maybe you're gonna cut some meat, maybe you're going to skin a rabbit, bone it out, you're gonna be nicking the bones a little bit, you're gonna be doing things. You had better to have your sharpener with you if you don't have a really hard steel. If you got a steel like this, it's just not going to work.
Well, then give them the quick version then.
All right, so
you cut bones, yeah.
So let's do this. And I never actually go over, I do it down here so that the knife goes off the table.
All right, somebody marked 1930 is the quick version if you wanted to see Brad work fast.
Okay, so then just like this. But don't hold it over something you can actually hit. All right, so let's do this. Yeah, I know, get off my leg. I happen to be just a little bit more talented than a guy who's gonna slice his leg open, cut his femoral artery and bleed to death right here in the yard. Oh my God.
Make the dogs happy.
Yeah, because they get to lick up the blood. All right, so let's do this. Okay. Now, let's take the little burr off the wire edge.
Sweet.
And it's on that side. So we just do this.
And when you say it's on that side,
How do I know? Okay, if I take my hand, do this. Okay, look right straight on. If I do this, it doesn't really catch very much, but if I do this, it has more of a tendency to catch. So actually, it's just a tiny bit more on this side. See how it wants to take the knife? I'll use one finger. See how it wants to take the knife with it?
so kind of like a wave.
Yeah, so I call it a surfer's curl. And I just come back from Hawaii. Okay, so if you do this, I'm gonna make sure that you know that the curl is on the other side of the blade, just like this. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting the metal off, bending it over, stringing it out, dragging it out, making it thinner. So when I do this, see how it doesn't catch? When I do that, it wants to take the knife with it. That means a little tiny, I don't even know, 2/1000ths of an inch curl is sticking off the blade out this way. That's what they call the little burr, okay? And that only happens on a sharp knife. So we do this, this. This knife may never actually be very sharp because I need a harder steel. You really can't sharpen soft steel. It's got to be hard, at least a little hard, half hard. Okay, for an EDC that I'm going to take off and go out and do, for a cheap knife, I don't know, $4 knife, $5 knife, that's probably sharp enough. So let's see. Okay, there's the fingernail. There's the fingernail. There's the fingernail. We'll come back here. Okay, like that. So let's see what we got out here. All right, there's the white. So probably without 6,000 grit stones and all that stuff, this softer material, that's as sharp as that knife is probably going to get. Actually, it does bite. I'm a little surprised. So anyway, this is Brad Buckner, sharpensbest.com. I dulled it with a rock. I made it sharp. I talked a little bit. I tried to explain. I explained the little burr that develops out there. I explained that it's soft. I explained that the metal actually wants to string out away from the blade, and that's hard to deal with. But I got it sharp enough to stick and take the fingernail off. So let's leave it at that. Yes, the sharpener absolutely does work. You did not use this.
I was going to say,
sharpener.
if you use it, it probably works.
You didn't even use it. So why do you send it to me and say it doesn't work?
It's
I want
a
a refund.
drunken purchase. I don't know.
You know, 2 o'clock in the morning, drunk as a skunk, made a purchase, found out you spent $56, want your money back, and then you claim my product doesn't work. Here's what I think of you. Talk to you later. Bye.